What's good, y'all boys, man? I'm back with another reaction. And today, we got when a 17-year-old Michael Jordan met his equal at a basketball camp. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how I never came across this video, because you know I damn near done did every Michael Jordan video there ever was put on the platform, you feel me? But like I said, I'm gonna find them all. If there's some out there, I'm gonna find them. Y'all let me know if it's some more that I did not see. But with further ado, we finna get straight to this video. Hit that like and sub button, 10K on the way. Let's do it. Hey, I'm back. I'm literally back. You feel me? So make sure you got the post notice on, you feel me? Damn, I said you feel me 3 times, but you feel me? Let's do it.
In the summer of 1980, the most elite high school basketball players in the country gathered together at the annual 5-Star basketball camp. At 5-Star, these top high school players would showcase their skills to college scouts and learn from the most prestigious minds in basketball history. Over the years, the 5-Star basketball camp has hosted dozens of all-time greats. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, Stephen Curry, Vince Carter, Carmelo Anthony. In its 54-year history, if you were a top high school prospect, you were at this camp. Since 1966, the 5-Star basketball camp has featured over 500 future NBA players and over 10,000 Division I players.
Dang.
And in 1980, the camp's talent pool was loaded.
You see how, like, anybody that's trying to make it to the league, you know what I'm saying? You see what the difference was? Let me go right here. 10,000 D1. Bro, first of all, it's already hard to go Division I, you know what I'm saying? 10,000 Division I players went to this basketball camp and 500 NBA players. 9.9 times out of 10, a Division I player is going to go to the NBA. Like, that's where they're getting the players from, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they're getting D2 guys, D3 guys, NAI guys. I mean, sometimes, in some cases, it might be some crazy stuff like that happens. But 9.9 times out of 10, they're getting them from Division I. So you telling me only 500 out of the 10,000 went to the NBA? That's crazy, and that's just a picked number from this. So it could be more D1 guys. I mean, it could technically be more NBA guys, but I doubt it, because there's only 420 NBA players a year, you know what I'm saying? There's only 420 NBA players in the whole league, you know what I'm saying? So that just shows you the numbers crunched up is crazy. There's millions and millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people that play basketball. If you're trying to make it to the league, bro, you got to really lock in and put in that work. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. So all my young boys out there, hey, lock in, because, hey, I'm going to be in the league in a couple years. So if y'all need some drills or some bounce workouts, hit me up.
One players. And in 1980, the camp's talent pool was loaded. Patrick Ewing, Chris Mullin, Dominique Wilkins, and one of the younger players in the camp, a relatively unknown 6'6" high school sophomore out of Maryland named Len Bias. In 1980, Len Bias was still a raw, naturally gifted, and freakishly athletic phenom who felt lucky enough to get invited to the camp. Just 6 years later, Bias would go on to be a college basketball legend and a second overall pick in the 1986 NBA draft. Bias had just wrapped up his sophomore season at Northwestern High School with his teammate and fellow high school standout Brian Waller. But being a relatively new face in the elite basketball circuit, Bias spent his first few weeks at camp getting to know some of the other camp attendees. With the help of a camp counselor, Bias and Waller were introduced to the camp's brightest young talent. One of the players Bias met in his first week of camp was a skinny 17-year-old shooting guard out of North Carolina, a 6'5" high school junior who was also an unknown at the time. The kid introduced himself to Bias as Black Ice, but you may know him by his other name, Michael Jordan. Jordan and Bias.
Black Ice. Have any of y'all ever heard that nickname? I done heard 10 other nicknames. I never heard Black Ice. Y'all let me know in the comments. All my OGs out there, let me know if y'all ever heard Black Ice, because I promise you, I know so much about Michael Jordan. I done watched so many videos. I never heard Black Ice, but we gonna keep it pushing. At least we know something new, you know what I'm saying? We gaining knowledge.
The next few weeks together at camp, learning from one another, growing their games together, and eventually becoming friends. Bias, who grew up just 2 miles outside of the University of Maryland campus, even gave Jordan some Maryland gear. Two of the most talented players in the country. But their friendship went far beyond this summer camp. In the following years, Jordan and Bias stayed in touch.
That's
in
tough.
1982, when Bias was a senior in high school, he and Brian Waller met with Michael Jordan and a friend at a University of Maryland football game. Of course, their competitive nature didn't take long to kick in, and before the football game was even over, Bias Jordan and their two friends left the game to play some 2-on-2. Years later, Brian Waller proudly stated that he and Bias beat Jordan and his friend. Little did these two phenoms know, they would spend the next 2 years going head-to-head while climbing the ladder of all-time great generational talents. In the mid-80s, just a few years after they met at that camp, it was all Len Bias and Michael Jordan. Everyone else was in a race for third place. But in February of 1984, during the rise of these two legends, they had a matchup for the ages. And let's just say only one.
I ain't gonna lie, I think it's so cool like how dudes can just make friendships. Like, you feel me? Like, they went to a basketball camp, then they kicking out a football game, then they playing 2v2, then they, bro, you feel me? Like, it's crazy. Like, I feel like girls is crazy because girls don't make friends that easy, bro. They be quick to make some friends actually, but then next thing you know they hating on each other. See, guys don't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't really do all that extra hate and shit. Like, I feel like that's the females. I ain't even gonna lie, the females really be on that hate and shit to one another though.
Them came out on top. By 1983, Michael Jordan was well on his way to being one of the best collegiate players in the country. He already won an NCAA championship with the Tar Heels and hit a shot that immediately turned Michael Jordan into a household name. Meanwhile, Bias was just beginning his collegiate career, coming off the bench for a solid Maryland squad. And on February 12, 1983, the two friends would face off in a regular season matchup that fans would soon not forget.
Back to back Doherty. Michael Jordan takes it and gets it. That's three. Jordan fills the left lane. They get it back to him, and it's good. Long jumper.
Hey, would y'all want me to react to a full Michael Jordan college highlight tape?
By Michael Jordan.
Y'all let me know.
Doherty right back out. Michael Jordan for three. His second.
Bro, he been had a jump shot, bro.
Michael Jordan as Atkins hits the deck. Michael Jordan baseline. Oh, I think
Coach wasn't to take. Coach already believed in him to take these type of shots.
hits the deck. Michael Jordan.
Run to the corner, do a pull up in somebody's face. That's tough.
Baseline. Oh, I think he can get any kind of shot he wants. Len Bias over having a word with his coach, Lefty Driesell.
For this, and he gets fouled. Now, he should have shot this ball right here. Once he got fouled, instead of passing off just in North Carolina. Oh, look at that. Michael Jordan comes from the weak side. He does that about five.
This half. Bias.
Oh, count. Everything going their way.
The bank is open.
Hey, fellas, it's not the end of the game. There's a long. Getting the shot up. It's a little bit short. The rebound taken by Bias.
Very wise. They haven't tried to tempo the game. They just keep
That's good
playing
defense.
hard.
Jordan takes it away from Atkins. Moves on Beal. Oh, Michael.
Bro, don't nobody really talk about how fast Michael Jordan was. I ain't gonna lie, like, in my eyes, he might still be one of the quickest players in the NBA history with the ball. I done seen him get the ball like on a rebound or a block and run up the court and dunk that shit in 2 seconds. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna cap.
Jordan has said it earlier that Maryland in 73-74 season.
A sophomore Michael Jordan came out blistering hot, scoring 15 points in the first half. The kid was absolutely lighting Maryland up on offense and shutting down the Terps on defense. There wasn't a 30-second stretch throughout this entire game where Mike didn't do something spectacular. In a game that featured 6 future NBA players, 4 of which would go on to be top 4 picks in the NBA draft, MJ was far and away the best player on the court.
Wait, hold on. Let me see this again, though. Okay, Michael Jordan, Len Bias, Sam Perkins, Brad Daugherty. He was number 1? Was he nice? I know Len Bias, and I know Sam Perkins, but I don't know Brad. Y'all let me know what was Brad on. Was Brad tough? Do I look up Brad real quick? Let me look up Brad Daugherty. Let me look up Brad real quick. Brad Daugherty. Brad Daugherty stats. college stats. 7 foot. Okay, so he was a center. $19 points a game. All right, Brad.
Drafts, MJ was far and away the best player on the court. But while Jordan was single-handedly keeping the Tar Heels in the game, Len Bias was just getting off the bench. As a freshman, Len hadn't earned a starting position yet, and there was no real comparison between him and Jordan. In the end, MJ finished with 21 points. Bias had 11 to go along with a sick dunk that had Brad Daugherty ducking for cover. Oh, fuck! Mike was clearly the better player and had a 1-year head start on Bias in college. But it was a 1-year gap that Bias quickly closed in on it in his sophomore campaign. Because the very next season, Bias went from a role-playing freshman to a sophomore superstar. 11 months after their 1983 matchup, Len Bias and Michael Jordan were set to face off again. And this time, Bias was ready.
At that time in the ACC, there were 3 guys that stood out above everybody else. Michael Jordan, Ralph Sampson, and Len Bias.
See, that's the thing that was better back in the day, you know what I'm saying? He came off the bench as a freshman at Maryland, you feel me? Bro, if this was today, he would have transferred after his freshman year, 100%. You feel me? He would have got up out of there. He would have been like, nah, like I should have started, you feel me? But he just stayed down, you feel me, till he came up. Then turned into a superstar.
Here's a long pass to Bias. Got the basket and threw the foul. He will this time. Len Bias to run. Boy, can he fall. What a pass.
Oh, he was hooping too.
Gets the ball back. Already has 12. Now he has 14. And Bias will shoot now from the top of the circle. He's made it from absolutely everywhere tonight. Well, 16 points. Matt Daugherty dumps it outside to Michael Jordan, and he hits it. Ball away. Michael Jordan up the floor. Look at the move by Jordan. No basket. Offensive foul. It amaze me. He gets to the open spot on the offensive board, and there's Len Bias at the other end. Lenny Bias, who's had such a big ball game, double clutch, and he made it. He was playing in a clutch situation right now. Jordan, another great move, missed the shot, but he followed.
Wait, could you go straight to the league out of high school? Like, when Michael Jordan was going to college, could you go straight to the league out of high school, or was that was not a thing yet? Because I know some people going to sit here and try to make the argument that, you know what I'm saying, the people that made it straight from high school to the league was better than him. They going to say LeBron was better than him because LeBron went straight to the league. He was already more advanced than Jordan, you feel me? So y'all let me know, because I already know that's not true. I know Michael's the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to know what was the rules on that.
Is a pretty fitting end to the ball game. Jordan, look at that! Holy cow! Michael Jordan took a look at the clock, said 2 seconds left. I'm going to give him something to rave about.
In an epic showdown against 2 of the best teams in the country, Len Bias and Michael Jordan put on an absolute clinic, going back and forth the entire game. Mike comes down and hits a ridiculous layup. Bias comes back and knocks down a silky smooth jumper. Mike throws down a monster dunk. Bias comes down and goes right back at him. These guys were putting on a show. By this point, Mike was well known for his uncanny flair and incredible abilities. But for the first time in Michael's collegiate career, he was sharing the floor with a player that was even more electric than he was. The same kid that Mike had built a friendship with just 4 years ago was now putting buckets on his head. Bias scored a career-high 24 points and actually outscored Mike. This was rare. Fans knew they were witnessing the beginning of a legitimate rivalry. Later that season, Bias led Maryland to an ACC tournament championship while earning tournament MVP honors as a sophomore. And MJ was holding up his end of the rivalry by leading the Tar Heels to a perfect 14-0 conference record, lifting UNC to the #1 spot in the country for 15 straight weeks, and winning just about every award college basketball has to offer.
Nah, that's crazy.
But you know damn well the story doesn't end there. Michael knew the NBA draft was just a few months away, and being the psychotically competitive winner that he was, Mike refused to go out getting punked by his friend and younger rival. So on February 19th, 1984, in their last college matchup, Michael Jordan made it his obligation to let Len Bias know, off the court we could be the best of friends. But on it, Bias was just another guy in a jersey. Mike was out for revenge.
You know, I'm not saying.
Hey, y'all know what happened. When he about to get revenge, you already know what happens. He about to kill.
It wasn't a threat. But me being compared to him, I took offense to that.
Alone, misses, but it's 4-2 Carolina. Jordan drops it home for Michael Jordan. He'll lead it. Jordan with a move on the baseline.
That fade is crazy.
Wide open is Bias. Ooh, he got it down.
Okay.
Bias is left alone again, and Jordan picks up the foul. There it is, right.
Low-key all ball.
Not to Sam. Jordan is free from the side and nails it.
Bro, look at them rims.
And there's Jordan, 3. Freshman pulls up. That leaves Coleman alone, and Jordan blocks him.
Nah.
Coleman.
They called foul on this shit, bro.
That leaves Coleman alone, and Jordan.
That's a block.
Fouls from the replays. Coleman. Oh, followed in by Bias. Hale, Jordan wants it. He's got it. Has 16. Jordan from outside. Jordan improving his line.
Anytime he wants, whatever he wants.
There's Jordan again, knocking the ball out of bounds. Oh, he has the NBA salivating his play.
Puts the leg.
What a man to have in this kind of offense.
Hey!
In your face, he said.
Bro, he just dunked that nigga so bad. Holy shit.
He has the NBA salivating his play.
Puts the leg.
What a man to have in this kind of offense.
In your face, he said to Ben Coleman. Crowd's watching him. He wants to do his thing. The pass is unbelievable.
Got me looking like a damn rat react. Get me rat face. He dunked him so bad, he gave me rat face.
Get Hale, and he gets it to Jordan.
Hey,
Oh, he is an amazing athlete. We have a timeout.
Raise the white flag. It's all over, D. Get him out of there.
In the last game Jordan and Bias would ever play each other, Mike scorched Maryland for 25 points and 7 rebounds on 71% shooting. Bias put up a noble effort, dropping 16 points, but it became clearer than ever, at least in that moment, Michael Jordan was the superior player. Now, Bias was elite. In fact, Len Bias was the second best player in the entire conference, but MJ was on a tier of his own. He was too smooth, too explosive, too accurate, and too much to handle. At only 21 years old, Jordan already looked like a seasoned vet, and even as the overwhelming force that he was, Len Bias still had work to do. Over the next 2 seasons, while MJ was making the NBA look like a rec league, Len was honing in on his skills at the college level and improving by the day, making huge strides towards becoming a future NBA superstar
Damn.
and earning praise that
I ain't gonna lie, he's athletic as shit.
making huge strides towards becoming a future NBA
Will? Is that you?
superstar and earning praise that you very rarely see from a college player. After spending 4 seasons at Maryland, winning 2 Player
Hey,
of the
shout
Year
out Len
awards,
Bias,
and
bro.
terrorizing college basketball,
No cap.
Len Bias was drafted with the 2nd overall pick in the 1986 NBA draft. Of course, most of us are all too familiar with how this story ends. A player that was truly destined to be one of the greats, gone before he could even play his first NBA game. Many fans speculate on the legacy that could have been. Bias was drafted to a Celtics team that had just won an NBA title 9 days prior. Bias could have been the extra piece the franchise needed to carry their success into the late 80s and 90s. He could have been the NBA rival that Michael Jordan never had. I mean, some players attempted to rise to the occasion, very few found success, but no one really challenged MJ once he reached his peak. Charles Barkley, vanquished.
Wait, what happened? I'm so lost. Len Bias. Nah, that's crazy.
Peyton, repressed. Isaiah Thomas is the only player to really give Jordan a run for his money, but once MJ found success in the league, Isaiah never won again. The manufactured Michael Jordan-Clyde Drexler rivalry literally offended Michael. Reggie Miller had some moments, but MJ always had bigger ones. There wasn't a single player that could actually go toe-to-toe with Jordan, except Len Bias. Fans that witnessed Bias in action believe he could have been the player to challenge Jordan throughout the 90s. But we'll never know. And the legend of Michael Jordan grows stronger. But the legend of Len Bias is still alive and well. The kid who not only held his own against Jordan, but was one of very few to come within reach of the GOAT. The same kid who showed up to a basketball camp 40 years ago, made friends with a fellow high school hooper, and lit a violently bright but brief flame. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, until next time.
Nah, that was crazy. I wasn't expecting that type of ending. I didn't know nothing about that. I might be a little late to the story, but you learn something new every day. Hey, Len Bias, he was a hooper. Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? He did what he always done. That's gonna do it, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if y'all got any other videos I never seen. Like I said, we back and better than ever. I might be a little rusty at first, but hey, just work with me, bro. 10K on the way. God bless. Jesus loves you. We out.